I've been thinking a lot lately about truth. What is it? Is it something immutable or somehow dynamic? Is it at all? And if so, is it dependent on anything? On us? On belief? On relativity? On a god? On time? Or can it stand alone in a universe of unknowns and unknowables? And then, through a bombardment of synchronicity, I was exposed deeply and endlessly to a common sentiment. Don't lie. Simple, I know, but underappreciated and so easily dismissed. Let's not take for granted that almost every religion, every group of organized individuals, every code of ethics or declaration of law throughout all of history has included these two words. And yes, it's presupposed on the idea of truth, for the two are intertwined irrevocably. But the simple fact that there is something that it is to lie means that there must be something that it is to not. And there the truth is unfolded, spread out right in front of me, but still it begs exemption, consideration, and all the what-ifs, big and small. Do you lie to the Nazis at the door? Do you lie to your lover to make them smile? But the big question, at least to me, has become, do you lie to yourself? This is the idea with which I have become obsessed. Putting aside the philosophy and ethics of what we owe outwardly to one another, what do we owe to ourselves? Is perfect honesty to oneself justifiable, beneficial, or even possible? Yet one absolute can be mapped sufficiently in this mess of objective truth despite the confusing marks of coherence, correspondence, and social construction. That absolute is responsibility. As the sole witness to all our thoughts and actions, we have an obligation to ourselves to do what no other can. To live out our reality, not our fantasy, not our hypothetical, and not our fear. What a magnificent burden this is. And thus I have become less interested in if Cain lied to God after killing Abel, and more interested in if he lied to himself. And if so, how? What story did he tell himself to sleep that night? What perspective did he take going forward? What acceptance of his actions and his consequence did he partake in? Even that is an extreme example, for most of us are not murderers, but how many millions of little lies have we told ourselves and then promptly believed, each time decaying just a little more, one small step closer to never living justly and thus freely? How much light have we lost with this dimming, muting, killing spree of self-sabotage? Don't lie is fine indeed, but don't lie to yourself has arrested me. Upon close inspection, I find myself the easiest person to lie to. What a dangerous thing that is, has been, and could be. What more significant threat is there to self-actualization than this self-betrayal? Becoming becomes undone if built upon untruths. Dostoevsky said this precept was above all. He said, "The man who lies to himself and listens to his own lie comes to a point that he cannot distinguish the truth within him or around him, and so loses all respect for himself and for others, and having no respect, he ceases to love." Ceases to love? To not be able to love is to be ready to die. And nihilism aside, this world is too fine a place to leave so soon or live in without such a capability. For even if unfulfilled, the sheer ability to love, the remaining openness to this phenomenon, and the hope and readiness for such sensation is a grandeur our souls thirst after. And so here I am, trying desperately to be honest with myself, declaring my desire to live truly and to embrace my need for love and even for this fallen world, to cling tightly to life by recognizing the importance of honesty and the hierarchy of truth. For even Shakespeare said, "This above all, to thine own self be true."